The plan for this stream is just to try and make our enemies a little bit smarter. So currently all they do is just run straight at us. Actually don't know if they have enemies turned on currently. We'll see. We'll find. Yep, they're here. So we got enemies that just sort of follow us around, and that's it. That's all they do. We have a little drone that follows us around too, but I don't know. That was more just sort of seeing if NavMesh can support 2 agents. Or figuring out how. I knew it could. It was more just a matter of how. The goal is to make them a little bit smarter. Just a little bit. Where am I? Where's the player? So, and the way we're going to do that is this. The state machine that Jason Weimann, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, that he makes is just, it's just really useful, and we're going to use it. We're going to have to figure out how to actually implement it. If we're successful that far, then maybe we'll look at like actually animating the little capsules and get like an actual character that chases us rather than just a little capsule. Alright, so let's figure out how to do that. So in enemies, we're going to need to actually create a new folder. Enemy states, that's just where we're going to put the scripts that go in here. I think to begin with, we're not going to do anything complicated. We're just going to create like the simple 3-state, just patrolling, chasing, shooting. We'll try and get those 3 sorted and see where we can get from there. So let's see how far we can get without having to reference the tutorial. So we're just going to start with the enemy AI. Right, it's going to have a state machine. Yeah, we're just going to call it state. What did he call it? God damn it, he called it state machine. We're going to follow his naming conventions because I suck at naming conventions. Alright, state machine, that's going to get initialized on awake. We get rid of this. We know what the start function does. We know what the update function does. So let's change this. We'll have awake. We're going to say state machine equals new state machine. Going back to Unity, just real quick, we're going to create 3 states. Enemy patrol, enemy chasing. What should we call it? Should it be like engaging? Yeah, engaging. So these 3 will be the behaviors. Okay, let's head back over to the tutorial and let's have a look again. Okay, so these are creating instances of these scripts. So these scripts, like I said before, are going to inherit from iState. So they're not mono behaviors. And what does it want? We were close, weren't we? There, thank you. Jesus Christ, I knew there was a way to do it. I knew, I done knew it. So we got the 3 states. They won't necessarily do anything yet, but they're there to be implemented later on. We need to create new instances of the states, and then we can make add the transitions. So for now, we'll just make the states. Actually, we can do this as well. We can take these just up into. All right. So we got that. Let's just change this to work as it did before. State machine dot tick. Chasing. What did he call them? God damn. Also, this should be where I'm passing in the extra stuff that it needs. Search for resource. Okay, here. Sick. Okay, yeah, cool. He's creating constructors to pass it in. Of course, that is the way you do that. That makes sense. Alright, so the enemy chasing is going to also have a constructor. It's going to need a NavMesh agent. No, that's going to be like that. This is going to be underscored. And it's also going to need a transform. We'll do it that way. If we need to change it, we can do it later. Actually, we'll rename player to target. Dot enabled equals true. Look, we'll keep it for now. If it breaks something, then we can change it. All right. So and then on tick, it's going to agent dot destination equals target dot position. Sick. All right. So that's gonna chase, and that also means over here we're gonna need agent and player. Sick. Got that one sorted. In the patrolling, it needs to know. Doesn't need to know the distance to the player because we're going to take care of that in here. It's going to be a transition based on distance to player. It just needs to sort of pick a random spot on the map and then try and go to it. So what were we using to spawn random the enemy spawner? So we need to take this. Do I just make this like a static function to be able to generate a random point? that anything can have access to. So yes, enemy patrol, it's going to say if agent dot distance, remaining distance equals 0, then just find new destination. Enemy spawner dot instance dot, yep, we just say dot random point, yeah, set destination. Bam. That's it. That should work. I'm not 100% sure, but that should work. I keep pressing Control D to duplicate a line, it doesn't work. Has patrolling got 2 L's? I don't know. I have no idea, and it doesn't need a player in this one. Oh, how's it going, Jess? Right, so that has set up the 3 different states. Now we need to... And also, I'm going to move it to be there. So patrolling, chasing, engaging. So we're also going to create that. Void. How did he do it? He done it in like a weird way that I don't normally make things. Okay, I state to, I state from, and then a func bool condition. Okay, I can do that. Sick. Why aren't you happy with that? I don't know. Maybe if I can continue, it'll come good. So we're going to go at patrolling to chasing when we'll have to make this function player in range. Hi, Mum. Yeah, your mum's probably watching the stream, Jess. I don't know. I haven't sent her a link yet. It needs a range. I don't know what the range is going to be. We need that. Detection range? Yeah. And we're also going to need an engage range, which we'll set to like 20. Alright, sick. Dot squared magnitude. God, shit, fuck. I figured it out. What do you mean I needed rubber duck? I can't remember. Is it because I can't remember that I need a rubber duck? I can't remember. We're very alike in a lot of ways, but when it comes to memory, you've got it, I don't. You'll say shit like, bro, you remember when we were kids and we fucking... And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I don't remember that shit at all. Like, do you mean like a duck on my desk that I talk to like tell that, like, to explain things to? Because I feel like that's sort of what I'm doing with chat. Even though chat's not there. I mean, you're there, so, you know, chat is there sometimes. Yeah, you're my debugging duck, Jess. You're the duck, yeah. I see, I've done it a little bit wrong. I wasn't paying enough attention. Alright, so we need to create... God damn, okay, get ready. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, and then that has the equals forward, then empty ones, and then equals forward again, then that'll be this, plus this. Alright, I think that's it. I guess. I don't know, it's weird. I've never used them myself in writing my own code, so it's a bit different to what I'm used to. Oh, I can control D align. Look at that shit, Jess. That's great. Just fucking... That's so good. That feels good. I missed that shortcut. I'm so glad I changed that. Okay, continue what I was doing. We need another transition between chasing and engaging. Based on... What are we going to call it? Within engage range. Which is just going to be like... So, I wonder if we can just like flip that. I wonder if... Does he do that anywhere? So that's a forking one there. I'm not sure. Could I add a third one here and say that it goes back from engaging to chasing if not? No, that doesn't work. I mean, I guess we could just, yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's weird. Alright, so he sort of loops back around after he's placed something in the stockpile. Alright, well, what we'll do is, we'll just change this, and we'll just call it player escaped. If the distance is not more than or equal to that. And we'll put that there. Alright, I think we're nearly there. I think we've nearly got it. One last thing we have to do. We got to set the state in the state machine to a default. We don't really need to do the add any transition. Because that's more of something that like fully interrupts what the character's doing. This is very simple. It's just looking around. Once it's found the player, we're basically considering that it never loses the player. The player can only get out of its engagement range. It will no longer be shooting. So this should work. I should just have to set the state and we should be good to go. Either way, we'll do this and then see how many errors it throws at us. So we'll set state initially to patrolling. Alright, well, are you looking at the screen, Jess? Because this is going to be first test. We'll see if it works. I have no idea what's going to happen. Actually, no, it's not first test yet. You can look away again if you're doing something else, which you probably are. Sorry, Jess. I want to just make it so that it sets the color of the enemy based on what state it's in, so that I can see physically what state they're in and just like properly debug it and make sure it's working properly. Where we take this, we make it a public so it can be accessed. Update color. Actually, no, it's going to take a color. Oh, that doesn't work because of the way the shader works. Okay, we need to change how the shader works real quick. The music's very intense. It makes me want to work faster. Okay, yes, I know you're probably mad at me about something. What are you mad at me about? Expected what? Where? Oh, right, set there. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair objection. Dummy shader. So what it was doing before is just doing a gradient. We don't want to do that. We want... It's been a while since I've used this. I don't know how to use this. We're going to just delete this. We're going to change it. Delete health. Delete color. That by default is pink because that is the error color. Needs a bit of alpha. Now I should make it so that when I go... Oh, I don't know if it had a capital. Yeah, it had a capital. God damn it. Okay, and color is going to be set color equal to col. Okay, cool. Shit, that also needs to be up here. Oh no, I can call it renderer in here, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't, yep, it's not like it doesn't have like an inherited thing that's already called renderer. That's sick. Now, all of these need the renderer. The most annoying thing is we're going to undo all this. So while it's chasing the player, what do you reckon? We're going to go color. Orange is orange? No. I think we'll go yellow when it's chasing. So yellow when it's chasing. We're definitely going to go red when it's engaging. And when it's patrolling, it'll be blue. Pink is the error color, Jess. We can't do that. Fine, I'll change the default color for you, you bastard. Engaging's gonna be the closest. It will be the most pink. So I'm guessing that's what the one you want, pink, right? We'll change the default color to green. I didn't use green in the thing, did I? I don't think so. And it's magenta, not pink. I don't think pink's a thing. Nah. Alright. Then let's see what happens when we play the game. That was a lot of changes. That was a lot of... Like, I haven't tested the game at all since the way you seen it yesterday. Like, that was a complete rework of the enemies. So, it may all be a success, or none of it may be a success. Or it may be a complete fail. You know what I mean. Alright. It's a very upbeat song. I think it's going to give us good luck. Oh! You're pink. You're pink. You're pink. You're yellow. Oh my god, Jesse, it's working. I can't see any greens though because they're too far away. Alright, so these guys are all within engagement range. These guys are all chasing me down. Blue is default. What are they doing? What are they doing now? They're just sort of looking around. Oh, yeah, no, blue was looking around. Green was default, wasn't it? Fucking hell. Jess, you changing me made me fully confused. Making me change the colors there. So, yeah, blue, they're just sort of, like, wandering around looking. This fucker's stuck up on here again. Alright, one thing we want to check is the last transition. So, we want to see if we run far enough away, do they start turning yellow again. So, Yes, they do. So they wouldn't be shooting me now. These guys would be. And then when they get away from me, yeah. And then they'd be engaging me. So one thing we would sort of do, which we will find a more intelligent way of doing eventually. But yeah, we'll give it a stopping distance. So, say like at, not 1, Jesus. At like 10 away, that's when they'll be shooting. See? Look, now I'm not getting mobbed anymore. So yeah, they're still not very intelligent though, as you can see. As far as expanding on this, I'm not exactly sure which direction I should take it, or even how complicated I want the players to be, because, and also these guys are like the basic drones, so like they're not the most complicated ones, where like, I don't know if you've seen it, but Another Crab's Treasure, I think that's the one, I think that's what it's called. We were talking about that yesterday. I don't know, how complicated do we want enemies to be? We can have like ranged ones, we can have like melee guys. But see, like, how complicated would that guy's AI be? Like, see, he's just gone back to patrolling now. So like, how complicated do I really need to make it? I don't know. Like, what would just be a basic step to getting them to stop clumping up the way that they do? So like, in the way they push each other out of the road there. I mean, they kind of try and avoid each other. That actually wasn't bad. I think maybe they would try and move to get around. Like, if they don't have a clear shot on you, then they would sort of try and find a new position around you. I'm not sure. Not bloody sure.